guys, welcome back to the MagCast. In May, scheduling conflicts. Mainly mine. Mainly me.
You are a horrible human being.
Me being a horrible human being, really. Having company over, I just don't know.
You tell them to go home.
I gotta turn in my gamer card.
It happens. It's cool.
No, it doesn't. Never.
Never. My love is the MagCast.
People come over? Really? What is this nonsense?
That's nonsense. We don't need people. But anyways, we have with us today Ixion and Lantis. They're an item today.
Yeah, we're in person. IRL high five.
They're in person.
High five.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Very nice.
Don't
and
use
of course,
that high five as the sync point, by the way.
Lixion.
Alright, yeah, I definitely won't. It's too late in there. But, there's, of course, Dre, who's here, like, every time, and I appreciate it so much.
My square is in a circle.
It's something, Google. Way to go, guys.
It's like putting a square peg in a round hole.
Gold star for attendance.
Cold star. I had to turn mine in. And, as you can hear, Shadow Fox.
Boo!
Oh, fine. Let me just leave this podcast.
Yay!
You're out! You're out! Seriously. No, you're not out.
Penis.
It's alright. Oh, now you're out. Sorry. Lesbian rule number 1. I ain't want to hear about it.
Fallacy.
Fallacy. Even though I'm the one who says it the most during Let's Races. I got issues, man. Yeah, check the Gunstar Heroes race. You'll see what I mean. But, anyways. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's just get into it. After we talk about what's been up, because it's been like weeks.
It has.
So,
Yeah, things change.
Things
Not
have
enough
to have
sometimes,
changed.
but sometimes.
Around the dirt.
So how about you, Iggs?
I'm home from surgery.
Yay.
Yeah, well, what
To
do
the
you have
surgery, not to you being out.
Yes, thank you very much. I had wisdom extraction surgery, but it was quite not painful because they just stuck an IV in my arm, and then I was just talking, and then I found I was gone, and then I woke up. I was like, "Huh, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, you're done."
You got a little bit
Wow.
Are we doing this? No, you're done.
No, you're done.
I hope mine's like that.
Oh,
I have to get the same thing done.
Like mine was like that.
Yeah, it's really really cool.
I actually woke up in the middle of mine.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I didn't feel anything, though. It was like a doped up kind of like, hi, snore.
That's no good, sir.
I didn't feel anything, so...
Well, as long as you didn't feel anything.
All I could hear was them telling me to, breathe through my nose. That was it. I just went back to sleep.
Oh, yeah,
Breathe through your nose.
They put a nose plug in my nose for oxygen to go through and such. And that's the last thing I remember. And then they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Aw.
Hey, what's up? We have your teeth.
And even though my mouth is kind of swollen right now, it does not prevent me, and did not prevent me from joining this MagCast.
You can practice your ventriloquism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I could practice my fat vampire.
So, what have you been
Yes, you can.
Wow, since we've been here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a thing. I've been playing BioShock Infinite thanks to Lantis bringing it over.
Yeah, I brought over a multitude of new games that he has yet to play.
Yeah, I want to play Uncharted with tits too. Tomb Raider.
Dude, let me set the record straight. Tomb Raider came first.
Yeah, but this is
Uncharted
clearly
is Tomb
Uncharted.
Raider with dicks, man.
Did what Tomb Raider set out to do.
Uncharted does what Tomb Raider doesn't.
And then Tomb Raider was like, "Oh, so that's how you do it," and then they did it.
Yeah, just add a little bit of rape in there.
Yeah, but BioShock Infinite is so far pretty cool.
Just to clear that up real quick, like it was the worst thing that happened to her sexually is that this creep just like ran his finger under her chin, like seductively. That's the farthest I'd ever got. She doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's just the fact they're like, we need to make her vulnerable, so this is what we're gonna do.
Well, yeah.
It's just awkward.
On that front, I'm just saying, like, they wanted her to be in a terrible position. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
things she
totally
went
get
through
that.
in that game, there is no point in that game where things are going her way. Like, terrible things are happening to her the entire time. You know, I was talking to Ix about this earlier. It's like, you know how Resident Evil went from being a horror game to, an action game?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like
absolutely.
the exact opposite if you're, comparing Tomb Raider to Uncharted. Uncharted's action-y. Tomb Raider is much more like kind of survival horror. I mean, it's not survival horror, but the things that happen to her are kind of akin.
Yeah,
things that would kind of happen.
Okay.
The atmosphere is very horrific and it's very intense. So when you're playing the game, you're actually invested in Lara Croft and what she's going through.
Yeah, I heard there were a lot of QuickTime events.
There
Helps cement
not a
that.
lot. There are a few QuickTime events. If people consider jumping on bridges and stuff and climbing on cliffs as QuickTime events, then, well, I guess everything in life's a QuickTime event now.
It really is. Parkour.
Hey, Fox, think fast.
The only thing that was disappointing about Tomb Raider, though, was there was no breast cancer.
Yeah, if we want to make her vulnerable, we need to get breast cancer in there.
No breast cancer for...
Much to Navigator's...
What's scarier,
dismay.
a guy running his finger along your chin, or the knowledge that your boobs are ticking time bombs?
But
I'll let you decide.
also, she doesn't have full front-loaded anvils.
Yeah, where are the anvils, really?
In the game was I like, oh man, I want a piece of that. Like, the entire time I was thinking, this is a terrible thing to happen to a person.
The game.
You'd be thinking the same thing if she had breast cancer.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah. That's no laughing matter.
That
is no laughing matter.
That'll be the new Tomb Raider 2.
Right. But, like, overall, freaking love the game. It had a much better ending than freaking Bioshock.
Alright.
It's a great game.
Is the butler in there? So I can lock him in the freezer?
No, there was no
No
butler.
one knows what I'm talking about. I can't unlock an ATV course?
No, can't do that either.
Alright.
There's a lot of adventuring and exploring to do, though.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of tomb raiding actually in the game, but what they did with it is there are a bunch of tombs scattered, like short, like single puzzle tombs scattered all over the world, and they're hidden, and you can explore and try to find them. If you do, you get extra resources and unlock things, and like they reward you for exploring and trying to find the tombs to raid. So you can essentially play the game without doing any tomb raiding at all. And some people actually use that as a counterpoint to why the game is kind of dumb because you don't actually tomb raid. The only reason why you don't tomb raid is if you don't actually do it. If you do it, then shut up. If you don't do it, also shut up.
Actually get some damn motivation and go.
Yeah, well,
they're there.
Dude, the stuff they give you is worth it. Like, you get an assortment of weapons, and tools, all of which can upgrade, right? And you can only upgrade them with something called salvage, which is like a generic kind of currency that they use for upgrading. And you get a lot of it if you go through a tomb, right? So there's definitely some benefits to going through tombs.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. But what about you, Dre? What's been new this week?
And the past few weeks. Since the last time we recorded, I finished up a Mega Man Let's Play, gave it a less than favorable review, and the review got a thumbs down because somebody was butthurt about the review I gave it.
It was Muscle Bummer.
Yeah, it was Muscle Bummer.
I got Mega Man on my brains.
Oh gosh, and Bomberman.
You're like, man, this guy's a triple foot packer.
Oh, YouTube, always someone in the peanut gallery.
He's an Amy of Mega Man.
And I've started up a new Let's Play of Kirby's Dream Land 2, and I have Dual Pro joining me for that.
Sweet.
Oh, I gotta see this. Yeah. Dual Pro has some good commentary. Dre has great commentary.
I wonder why he took so long before he actually started getting on and talking, like on things.
In general?
He just needed to get comfortable, I guess.
Yeah, I feel it.
Right.
It used to be awkward on Xbox.
The two episodes he's put out, they're very interesting. Dre actually goes into detail a little bit about how the layering with the coloring and the Super Game Boy functions work, which is always kind of interesting to see how they kind of finagle it.
Yeah, really. It really is cool.
Yep. Kirby's Dream Land 2 is specially enhanced for the Super Game Boy, and I go into as many details as I can, pointing out what enhancements the Super Game Boy performs and how they're performed.
Wait, you're not talking about yourself? You're not doing self-promotion? Oh my goodness.
But I didn't even know about the sound effect thing. You know?
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Like the cheering and at the title screen and the ambient wind at the world map screen, like that's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that stuff.
I haven't seen it yet.
The thing about that is, even though like Visual Boy Advance can use Super Game Boy enhancements, it can't do the things that the Super Game Boy itself can do. It can't do the stuff that the Super Nintendo sound chip is needed for, like the cheering and the wind noises. So you kind of miss out on that if you try emulating Super Game Boy.
Yeah, I still have mine, so I got lucky. Very lucky. And I totally skipped you, Lantis.
Well, I kind of went, like, obviously I've been playing, Tomb Raider and whatnot.
Bioshock Infinite, yada yada.
Have we talked about
Booker
that?
Catch!
But yeah, I've already beat that as well. I'm currently playing, I've gotten back into Fire Emblem, and I'm also playing Luigi's Mansion, which is, Luigi's Mansion 2, which is actually Luigi's Mansions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta say, it's really, they retained everything from the previous installments and enhanced upon it. They added some new things, like, I know that when we were talking about the game, after seeing the Nintendo Direct, you kind of know what the new stuff is, like the Dark Light, but I don't think they actually explained exactly how that works. It's kind of cool. Like, there's these spirit orbs that Boos are more or less control, right? And they can infest, like, an intangible object with these things, and that thing will cease to be there in that, like, reality, right? But that dark light you shine on something that's supposed to be there that isn't because of these, like, ghost orbs or whatever, and it'll show up. And if you focus your light on it long enough, it'll draw the orbs out, and then then it becomes substantial again. So that I completely forgot about that, and I got stuck in the second mansion forever because there was an area where I wasn't using the dark light, and it's something, it's because it's a new thing that I don't think about it as much. I guess because I'm in, like, Luigi's Mansion 1 mode. But other than that, it's really good, really creative, and it feels really rewarding when you complete, like, a puzzle without looking it up. The whole
awesome
Zelda feel.
But why can't Metroid crawl?
Have y'all seen that? Please tell me y'all seen it.
Yes, I've seen it.
I've seen it.
It's hilarious.
Funny. Oh, it hurts. I didn't know what to, like, laugh or cry or what. But other than that, I've been playing Candy Box. Everybody else been playing Candy Box?
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Candy Box.
I don't know what Candy Box is.
All right, you're out. Go on. Bye. You're out.
No, you're out. Where have you been for Terraria? You're out.
But no, Candy Box. I'm not going to go into too much detail about Candy Box because
is it like a sim?
Well, it ruins the experience of playing Candy Box if you go into a lot of detail about it.
Yeah, but don't.
Basically, I beat it a long time ago, and I started hard mode, and I am a significant ways into hard mode. But basically, it's just Google Candy Box. It's going to be the first link. It's like, I can't remember what the actual URL is, but it's a wonderful text-based adventure, I guess, about collecting candy, and that is it.
They stole my idea. No, I'm just kidding.
Just don't give up on it.
Yeah, you have to keep going.
When you start playing, you're going to be like, WTF is this? I don't know why? What is this? Why am I doing this? Just keep going with it.
Okay,
You'll be rewarded
with candy.
Mm.
But other than Luigi's Mansion and that's in Fire Emblem, that's pretty much all that's on my plate at the time.
Sounds good. Very good. Gaming is good. So, Fox, you're all set up for LPs again, I hear, and stuff, so what's up?
Yeah, well, I haven't started LPing anything yet, but I have dug back into my hard drive, my external hard drive, where my remaining Suikoden 3 videos are at. And what I'm doing now is, with any RPG, I'm cutting out all random battles. So you will no longer see those because they're a waste of space.
No!
That's dedication.
So it takes like 30 minutes to cut everything out. I just find where, like, right before the battle starts and everything, then just drag all the way to when it ends, and then cut it out. It takes like 30 minutes to do all that.
Oh wow, that's not a lot of time.
It chops the video down about 15 to 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
you can see how many random battles are there.
Yeah, well, be sure to show off any new fights, just so we know what's there.
Well, I show off mainly like the boss battles, and like Suikoden 3 has treasure bosses, which are like side bosses with treasure chests and stuff, where you can get good equipment and a lot of money.
Huh.
So I'll show those partially to show the boss and the strategy for it, and also to show what kind of loot you can get from those treasure chests.
Sounds good to me, honestly.
On other things I've been up to, not really too much. I played Tomb Raider and beat it within a couple of days, and I loved it to death.
2 days. I knocked it out in 2 days.
Wow.
And then I bought $800-something for worth of computer stuff. So I'll be building a new computer next week with
Welcome back to the PC world, buddy. We missed.
Yeah, Apple's going down a bad path right now, considering their stocks dropped about $300-something per share in the last 2 or 3 months.
$300 a share?
Yeah, their stocks dropped, and it started with the release of the iPad Mini. The iPad Mini is what started.
Why.
And then their problem is that they're not really growing much as far as their software is going. Like iOS is not, it's just mainly upgrades on itself, but there's nothing really changing about it. So people get kind of tired of it, and with Android getting better, like I almost consider buying an Android. I almost got an Android phone, so that's telling you something.
I have an Android, and I have a Nook HD tablet, so because it's open.
Yeah. And the Apple's computer operating system is getting another upgrade. It's not going to OS 11 or whatever the next one's supposed to be.
That is so annoying. I'm a Mac user, and I'm sick.
What they did Panther, now they're doing Lion. What's next?
Mountain Lion already happened.
It's Mountain Lion's what's currently out. The next one, I don't know. It's probably going to be like God Lion or something. I don't know.
God Lion.
It should be like a mythical creature.
But like I will
Yes.
say though that Apple's operating system is definitely better than Windows 8 because it knows how to take the tablet idea and put it into a computer, whereas Windows completely failed at that.
I think everybody is completely aware of how I side on the PC versus Mac or anything, but I will completely agree.
But
yeah, exactly.
Garbage.
But the main reason why I'm looking at turning from Apple on a lot of things is because they're involved in, I think, about 2 or 3 lawsuits that are really big. 2 of them, I think, are against Samsung, and there's another lawsuit with the book publishers and stuff. So, because they quote unquote coerced people into getting into the iBook store, which I haven't read enough about that to really know what's going on.
I've never gone in there.
Oh, I looked, and they charge just as much as you would find on Amazon, so I don't really see what the problem is. But it's just people being and stuff.
People are stupid. But, especially a lot of Mac users. Not me or Fox, but
especially you, user.
The lawsuits with Samsung is just over intellectual property, patents mostly for what they did with the iPhone and stuff. They are claiming that Samsung ripped them off and copied them and stole code and all that kind of stuff. So that's what the lawsuit's about.
Oh joy, lawsuits.
So yeah, I'm going to have an AMD 6-core processor for my computer.
I hate you. I don't really hate you. I just want my HP to die so I can get a new one.
They actually send 6 different threads.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So
sweet.
Not to eat up any more time on this podcast, let's move on to what we're supposed to be doing.
PC Cast.
Oh, PC cast. I suppose, I guess...
Politically
I'll talk for a
correct
sec.
cast?
Politically correct cast. Breast cancer cast.
What about you,
I'm
Fitch?
sorry.
You been gaming?
Yeah, I've been gaming. Where you been? No,
What you been doing?
I'm playing. I'm actually the one who hasn't been around. I've been cleaning and gardening a lot.
What game is that?
The game of... It's
Harvest
actually
Farmville.
like... It's like Harvest Moon, except you do flowers a lot, and you have to like dig a ton of stuff up and grow vegetables, and it's a good game. And I've been playing Kairosoft sim games, which are amazing. Like, people should try them. Like, they made Game Dev Story. They're just a Japanese company that make really cool games, and other than that, I put an emulator on my Nook tablet, and I've been playing Chrono Trigger.
Ooh, you used the E word.
I don't care.
You gonna
Come
be,
at me.
are you
You in trouble?
gonna compete with Googly to see who can beat the game first?
Ready? No, I'm not. Because I would beat it in like 2 days, and because I know where everything is, and it's not fair.
That's
It's
all for now. That's all for now.
It really
Why?
is. That's all for now. But anyways, I can't tell you that. I wouldn't tell people that. You know what? I am a fan of the let people fall on their ass policy. Figure it out.
That's how we grew up with that policy.
You figure it out.
And you had to call Nintendo's hotline to get help.
Yeah, at like $4 a minute.
Hey, I only did that once, and that was at the end of Pokemon because I didn't know that the 8th gym leader was Giovanni, and I had to go back. I didn't know.
Spoilers!
Oh gosh, well, you know what? If that was 1998. If you haven't done this by now, screw you.
Wait, hold on. What? You have to... There's Giovanni as a gym leader?
Mind blow.
And he's Ash's
Mind
father.
blown.
No!
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
I don't believe you! That's Ash, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Alright, that's enough of 1998 spoiler cast. Aerith is dead.
Ah!
Let's do story mode. Okay.
Story mode.
Just a random thing. I wonder if there's like some sort of YouTube video where Giovanni tells Ash that he's his father, like a Star Wars parody.
I doubt that.
I'm certain.
Pokemon fans wouldn't think about that. They have the mentality of Ash's age.
They just want to breed Pokemon, really.
Ash.
Man,
Breed
Ash is like
Pokemon.
25 years old.
Well,
No,
yes,
he's not. He is only 10. He's only 10 years old still after so many years.
The IP's been around for about freaking 12 years, so like
He never ages.
10,
He's timeless.
Pokemon is like 18 years old now.
18.
Yeah.
So he's
Pokemon
28.
can vote? Oh my gosh.
Pokemon can almost vote. I think it came out in 95.
They can smoke too.
They can smoke too. Well, Weezing will be glad to know that.
Coughing!
They base that stuff on LA. That's terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
The second evolution of coughing, it goes like coughing, then wheezing, then hacking.
Yes.
Then choking,
Then dying.
then dying. Wow.
I think we forgot lung cancer.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, lung cancer. It's like a pair of lungs that looks all black and crusty and stuff.
Oh, God.
And it has this really sad look on its face, like, what are you doing to me?
So is that a dark poison type?
Yes.
Yeah.
And all it says is, lung cancer. Lung cancer.
So, on this episode of Going to Hellcast. Oh my gosh.
I did not expect my little thing to divert from story mode so much.
No, it still relates because Nintendo.
That's coughing story mode.
Yeah, that was his backstory.
All right. So,
Really.
I guess
The main story.
That way, Nintendo has once again surfaced on the internet because so Nintendo is usually pretty good about not slapping C&Ds on people and, not freaking spazzing out over IPs like freaking what's a Mario the community that is built
Mario World ROM hacking.
Right.
Yeah.
Nintendo has not touched that. They don't care. And that's really cool of them, right? Well, apparently they've had a change of heart, right? So Nintendo has gone on this spiel where they're starting to slap people who are partners, aka make money off their videos, with ads, with content matches, because of their Let's Playing of Nintendo games. Like, I know a lot of Luigi Mansion 2 people been getting hit.
That was one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, it's the newest Nintendo game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who have Luigi 2 Let's Plays are getting bookend with
Can
ads.
I add that they go out of their way so much to do that? You have to buy a special mod thing to even LP from a 3DS. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Now, me and Shadow Fox actually talked a little bit about this on the phone.
I try to keep that limited so we can save it for the podcast.
But it didn't go very well.
Well, we didn't get too far with it because there's plenty that we can say on that, and I know we all have opinions, and there's other bits of information, and I've been keeping up with Twitter lately, mostly to keep to post Let's Plays and stuff on there, kind of link to it and keep up with Slow Beef and other stuff like that. And so I've been keeping up with what's been said and what's going on. So there's things.
Absolutely. And Chucklefish is actually how I found out about it with Starbound. And they made it a huge point to mention that in their FAQ, they were just we support all Let's Plays. And, a lot of indies have been just going that route and just being please, let's play our games.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's free promotion.
And I just want to point this out real quick. These Let's Plays are not causing any monetary damage to Nintendo. Let's say there's a YouTuber out there, fairly popular, Let's Playing Luigi's Mansion 2, and he gets, let's say, several 100,000 views on each of his videos, and he's a partner, so he's getting paid for that, right? And let's say, I actually don't know the exchange rate of money that a partnered YouTuber will get, but let's just say that it's around, say, $50-$60 a month, right?
All right.
That might be lowballing it a lot. It might be highballing. I have no idea because I've never been worried about being a partner.
Yeah, me either.
Also, I don't get 100,000s of views. But let's say Nintendo slapped a C&D or pulled off their videos or stopped
monetizing.
Right. That's not revenue that Nintendo was losing. Also, that's not revenue that they're going to start getting because of their actions.
Well, see, this is where you kind of walk on that kind of ground where you can't really say for sure because there's no there's no actual evidence that they're losing or gaining anything by doing something like this. So it's all just it's just people telling their own anecdotes and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, but I think it's building a little bit of ill will towards their community. Not a lot.
Something EA have been doing for years.
Well, what I can say is that Nintendo has every right to do this though because these partners
did it.
The partners are making money off of a product they did not create or have any hand in developing. They're just recording and playing a game like the rest of us are. We're not making money off of it. But see, the reason why you kind of tread on that sort of maybe not type of ground with whether you like it or not, it's Nintendo could lose money on Let's Plays because people may just be you know what, maybe I really don't want to play the game, maybe I'll just watch it, or some people may just watch one or two videos to see if they like it. So
that's a bit slippery slope because then they may come after non-monetized LPers of any first-party Nintendo game, and then half of our races get ripped down.
Well,
no. Here's the thing, though.
If it escalates.
Is Nintendo stopping people from making money on these videos, or are they just adding ads to it as well?
Well, they're adding ads to it, and I think what they're doing is they're stopping people that make money from making money off of it. But I haven't seen a lot of, like, some articles may mention it, others haven't, saying that they stopped them from monetizing, so I don't know. I know they're placing ads in the videos, but I don't know if they're stopping the monetization or
I
not.
can actually tell you how that works. Basically, I'm a free Let's Player, but Guild Wars 2, ArenaNet, or NCSoft, one or the other, added advertisements to all my videos, and they're just getting money off of it. So I think they're just taking the money, and they no longer get money from just those videos.
And
that's where there's a problem, I think, because Let's Plays are a type of review. So
not particularly. It's not really a review of the game. It's more of a guide / walkthrough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So.
But there's still commentary, so it's sketchy.
Yeah, but at the same time, even if it is a guide, when people make strategy guides, they don't pay Nintendo or any company to produce a guide.
Let me just point something out real quick, right? When you are Let's Playing, you are taking this thing that you paid for, right? And you're saying, look at me play this. Look at how I interact with this, and I hope you find it entertaining. Now, how is that any different from somebody saying, pointing a camera at themselves and saying, "Hey, look at this Rubik's Cube I have. Look how good I am at solving it," and they solve it. You don't see the people who make Rubik's Cubes going up there and they're like, "Hey, that Rubik's Cube does not belong to you. That is my property. That is my intellectual property, and you're making money off it. I demand compensation."
This is a very slippery slope type of subject. Like, Nintendo has the right to do it, but is it really worth the trouble of doing it? That's the big question, and we can't really answer that right now because we don't know what the results are.
It's so new. Like, LPing is pretty new.
And,
relativity, like, what was it, like 2008?
7?
Whenever Slowbeef, freaking...
I can't remember.
Metroid.
But,
it's just a baby.
Really, honestly, though, like, the people who are really complaining about it are the people who make all their income on being a partner of YouTube. Like, those are the people who are crying the most because they're, like, around our age or older and they don't have a real job, but they make money off of YouTube.
Well, they could just play non-first party Nintendo games, but like I said,
that's what they can do, but they don't want to.
They bank on those because
Nintendo makes the most views.
Yeah.
Nintendo makes the most views, so why not?
A company who had a meme after them about how their console printed money, I think they're being a little frugal right here. A
little frugal.
Yeah, well, the way the Wii U is acting up, you can't blame it, I guess. But they're not actually taking down videos, though.
Yeah,
anybody who's doing a free LP, they're not being
they're just taking the monetization away, which
I don't
honestly,
want this to go that way.
I don't have a major problem with the monetization being taken away because, one, I don't make money.
Right. So. None of us make money.
But I mean, you're definitely treading on soft ground. So it's more of a matter of which way is this going to go? Let's just wait for like a year or two to see like how it turns out. If it's not really a big deal, everyone forgets about it. If it becomes a really big deal and a problem, then it's a bad decision on their part.
It's going to take the evolution of what it means to LP something for this to get resolved one way or the other.
Yeah, and that's even for free LPers.
If an LP is determined to be a brand new, unique thing, like a review might show clips of the thing, but it's still its own unique work. So therefore, reviews are protected. LPs would need to be protected as well, I believe.
Well, and they are for the most part. And by the way, guys, I would recommend that everybody go check go into their video manager and just scroll through all your videos real quick and look for that little blue link that says matched ID content.
Or
Actually,
there's
there's
a
an easier way
subcategory
of doing that.
in there.
And by the way, no, the reason I'm telling you to do that is you guys need to dispute that, right? Because by not disputing it, you're pretty much admitting guilt when you're not doing anything wrong. I have had so many claims because of the music of a video game playing from a game I'm LPing, right? And that's
a lot of them are fake.
Yeah, and some of them were claimed by companies that weren't even from the freaking game that I was playing. Like, there was some.
Okay. First off, there is an easier way to check for those copyright notices. If you go into your video manager, there's actually a link on the left side that says copyright notices.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys, you need to dispute that and let it be known that this is not okay. This is not right. These claims are not. They're faulty claims, and a lot of them are automated anyways, and by whatever. And you can't. If you fight them, then they'll realize, hey, we can't keep doing this because it's not doing anything.
Well,
okay.
I've been slapped with some third party, or I've been matched with some content ID things, mostly just like music stuff from Konami, but nothing happens to me. It depends on who the company is. A lot of companies don't give a shit, but there are some that will. Like Sega. I've been listening to Retsu Talk for the past week and a half now.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about Shining Force. Anytime you mention Shining Force in a video, even if you had nothing to do with Shining Force, your video was automatically taken down.
Well,
Sega ruined one of my accounts
right now because we're recording a video for YouTube.
Okay. Now, regarding disputing, it's not very good. Okay, I'm looking at this here, copyright thing. What was it called? Match third-party content.
Yeah,
for a video I did a few years ago where I did a Let's Play of the Atari 2600, and I got a copyright claim on the video where I played Sword Quest. And it is from, like, Square Pusher, Conk 2, Symmetric, Visual Content,
it's
Merlin Warp Records. So it's like, wait, they don't even own this game. They probably just use an image from the game on their records or something. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and dispute this. So here's the options they give you. I own the CD, DVD, or bought the song online. Well, that's not the case because it's a video game. And that's really not a valid claim anyway. I'm not selling the video or making money from it. I gave credit in the video. Let's see. This video is my original content. Well, that's definitely not it. I have a license or written permission from the proper rights holder. Well, that's not the case. And they can't do that anyway because this is an image from a game they don't own. Let's see. My use of the content meets legal requirements for fair use.
That's the one. That's the one you want.
Yeah.
It meets the requirement for fair use.
Okay, well,
that's a landslide. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's it because we're not number one. We aren't making any money off of this. We're not trying to still claim this content as our own. This is not hurting them monetarily. Like there is no way this is impeding their rights as a company, especially when it's not even the company that owns the original IP. Like, I've had to dispute claims that were for a company, and I actually said in my claim, this company does not own this IP, this claim is faulty. And every single time that's happened, they've cleared it. And what I really want to stress and get across is that you need to fight your claims, even if it has no impact on your channel. Because the more of these claims that are made and not disputed, that's statistically what people are seeing is like, oh, this is okay for us to do, right? Like, without these claims being fought back against, there's no reason for them to stop it. Right?
Gamers unite!
Alright, so I just now clicked the fair use option. Now now in the explain briefly blocks, what should I put in it?
Alright, so...
Just a free advertisement.
You're protected under commentary.
No. This is the situation where the people who marked this video don't even own the content that is in this video.
There used to be an option. There used to be an option that you could say this person does not own this IP, but they may have taken it away.
I've disputed Konami before, and all I said was, I'm doing a Let's Play, a lot of other people are doing it, I'm not making money off of it, and that's all I said. And they took it down within a couple of days.
Right. But the thing is, all you need to do is just explain exactly what the situation is. Like, if they don't own, they are incorrectly making content ID claim when it doesn't belong to them, you need to be like, look, number one, this video commentary is very common on YouTube and is accepted across the board. Secondly, the company that is making this claim doesn't even have the rights to make this claim, as they don't own this intellectual property.
Right.
That's all you need to say.
So
you're freaking golden.
But and the third thing you need to do is just drop the mic.
Yeah, drop the mic.
But
for any listeners,
don't actually do it. I just keep holding it over an edge.
There is a provision under fair use for commentary and review. Just use that, because you are putting your commentary on there, so it counts. And if it works out, it should work out, hopefully. And that's for matches, but copyright strikes that will cripple your account, definitely dispute those. Definitely. Because you might never get your upload back.
Just tell them suck me off or shut up. I mean, put up or shut up.
Well, alright, so...
And drop the mic.
Now, there are times when the content IDs actually do count, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, I was doing a Let's Play of Terranigma, right? And it has kind of a Soul Blazer thing where as you progress through the game, you're unlocking, like, literally the world. Like, you start off in this barren wasteland, and you beat a dungeon, and you bring back, like, water. Then you bring back, plants, and then animals, You're just, like, generating the world as you play through the game, right? Well, whenever you did the one for the animals, there's this scene of, like, an African horizon. The foreground's all blacked out, but it's like a setting sun. And, you see the silhouettes of all the animals walking by. It looks very reminiscent of a scene from The Lion King. That song where they're like, Ajuenda, that crowd.
You mean the Circle of Life?
Yes.
Is that song?
That's what it is.
Okay. Well, I actually cut in, like, the beginning of that song, just in that, like, 10-second clip, right? Of that scene right there. And they...
Disney.
Content ID for, that. And you know what? While that's lame, I wasn't hurting Disney at all. Like, there's no way...
Yes, you were.
It's stupid, but that is a legitimate claim. I did not make that song. That was not part of the game. That was...
Right.
Editing that in there. Those kind of ID contents, that's fine. If they want to make a big fuss about that, fine, whatever. But, the ones that are retarded, that'll actually hurt us as gamers and as Let's Players, you need to fight those.
Honestly, I'm not hurt too much by this. I don't really care that much. If you want to slap it...
I bet you're making money off it.
If they want to put up a goofy little Nintendo commercial on top of my videos, whatever.
I think it's really going to hurt them for New Leaf, though. That would get more people to buy games.
I have ad block, bitches. Get around that.
All right, just a little tangent off this, and let's just take 15 seconds here. I really hate when people get onto you for using ad block. You're like, this is free content. You should at least allow ads. I'm like, I pay for my internet monthly. I've got a $60 bill that rolls in my house every month. I pay for this. Get off my case.
No ads on the internet, biatches.
Just saying.
Ever.
I personally don't really mind this. First off, is this only affecting partner channels who are already monetizing on their content?
But
Just partners.
If they win this, that might go that they might stop free LPers, which they already are, and some, like Rockstar gets a little bit antsy, and Namco, Bamco.
What really sad, though, is that this doesn't affect Toby Games or PewDiePie.
Yeah, they'll still get away with it.
Because they don't play a lot of Nintendo games, so they still make their money. I am very upset.
Well, the way I see it, unless this somehow gets my channel banned because so many videos were tagged, or they start taking my videos down, I don't really have a problem with this if they start tagging my videos. Like, okay, it's their content, so go ahead.
They're not going to tag anything. They just want to make. They just want to make money from partners that are making money off their content.
And I'm just glad that they're compiling like lists of friendly companies. So I'll be like, hey, if you make a Let's Play, we won't bother you.
I mean, it's in their right. So I mean,
Actually, I should point out that a long time ago, I did get the option to do monetization, and while I signed up for that, I didn't actually make use of it because, like, I don't own this content. If I try making money off of it, I'm probably going to get in trouble for it someday, so I just didn't.
Probably not on the RPG Maker stuff, if you ask people, but the other stuff probably.
It's not like Agetec makes money off of freaking console RPG makers anyway.
Well, that's interesting that you said that.
Segway!
Segway! RPG Maker Minute. Go!
RPG Maker Minute.
Alright. So, who wants to take this? I don't feel good doing it.
Maybe I should.
You should, because you are the head of the mag. You should be...
I was kind of hinting at it.
Be front of this, son.
Get the mic.
Okay, so there was big news in the RPG Maker community lately.
RPG Maker,
large.
RPG Maker 8 for Windows 8. Okay.
No! But yeah, so Mark Johnson of Agetec went over to the pavilion with some big news about a new console RPG Maker he wants to get off of the ground, and he asked the pavilion and not the magazine for
he sees my look on my face. He knows I was like itching to say that.
For some suggestions and advice for what that would be. I think it's pretty cool. Now, of course, I was talking to Lantis, and we were like, well, how come he didn't go over to the mag? But
because we don't do RPG Maker for all Let's Plays.
And it's because we haven't updated the mag since 2005.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I thought it was like 2002.
Well, not like the Pavilions updated their site at all.
Like, people assume that, an update to the mag consists of an issue of RPG Maker magazine. Like, that has long since not been a thing, but the community has been thriving and been very active regardless. And doesn't even matter now because the magazine is actually coming back in some shape, form, and fashion with V6. So
indeed.
And with more content than just RPG Maker.
Right. Yeah.
So hold on to your butts. But
I don't have much one to hold on to, but I'll try.
To continue the main thread, though, so we were connected with Dave from Agetec, but he left the company after RPG Maker 3 came out.
Yeah, so he was ashamed.
So we have a brand new what?
I said he was ashamed.
We're sorry if you're somehow listening, Sir Dave.
Thanks a lot. But yeah, so now we have this brand new potential RPG Maker, even though I thought that RPG Maker was completely dead. So I
me too.
Well, I read the thread. They said they're talking about it, but they're not actually making it yet. They're trying. I guess they're trying to see if they're going to make it, then they want to see what people want from it.
Nothing's set in stone.
Yes.
Basically.
Well, this is also because of the release of RPG Maker 2 and 3 for PlayStation Classics on PSN.
Yeah, and on that note, they are working to figure out the keyboard situation.
Thank goodness.
Because I
want to use RPG Maker 3 once.
It's because they heard Dre complaining about it on the last MagCast. Or not.
Yeah.
Did
that even get uploaded yet?
No.
Wait, which one?
No. It was your in your tree
Oh
of life.
yeah, and the Let's
yeah,
Play.
yeah, Tree of...
Right.
Yeah. See, this is why I only drew the covers of, like, one RPG Maker magazine issue. Because of
Right.
stuff like this.
So, all right, so that's kind of the deal. But what Mark's big question he had for the PAB was what, like us, the community, would like to see in a new RPG Maker.
You know what I'd like to see from a new RPG maker? A drink maker. Make me sodas, please.
Make you sodas.
Yeah.
I would like
All
to
right.
see an actual new console game. There you go.
Yeah,
well, that's,
I did
that's sort of
pose.
the idea.
a
They're
lot of
trying
people
to.
I know.
No, there's only one really big idea that I wanted for an RPG Maker console release, and that was, since this modern generation of console gaming, internet and connectivity has been a really big focal point. Well, not so much Nintendo as
Yeah, I mentioned that in my post.
But what I wanted more than anything else was like a built-in community, or at least some kind of way where you can upload your creation with the
Right.
tool to like a database or a server somewhere, so that other people that have the game can just go to play game.
Kind of like Little Big Planet, like where there's the world, and then you could just grab a
Absolutely.
level.
Exactly.
And even share the resources. Like,
But
hey, I
Big
made a
Maker.
custom sprite. Here.
But at the same time, there needs to be a way to hold that stuff in case the servers go down one day, which they will go down one day.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
I actually mentioned that in my own post.
Well, I
hey,
was
just
thinking, like an SD card, like if you use like 3DS, you could just copy the folder to your desktop,
yeah.
upload it, and then someone could play it.
well,
Because
hey,
obviously the game when you're working on it is going to save locally to the hard drive before you
Yeah.
ever decide to actually upload it to the internet. If it's saved locally, you can copy it.
just don't let,
Okay.
just don't let EA have control of the servers, because you know what happens with those.
Well, it doesn't matter if you have a local copy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they closed down like a year later.
But the thing is, that's the big thing. Like, the reason why RPG Maker magazine even exists is because there was no other outlet to take what you created and get it out to other people, right? Outside of your own means of like hosting and just trying to self-promote, right? But and you would think that with this kind of a function built in, that would kind of take away from our community, because why would you go to a forum or a database or
I think it would help both communities, really.
Yeah.
Well-
that's what I'm getting at. It would be more convenient. In fact, you could probably just promote your game there, at those forums as well. I mean, it's just a different location to get it that would be more convenient.
Mm-hmm.
What they could possibly do is, like, for a central, like, RPG Maker hub, is even bring in the XP, VX, VXA stuff in there, and just, like, have something that lets you play those games. That way you have full access to all the RPG Maker stuff on a console.
Well, that kind of depends, because a lot of games run scripts and you have special key bindings, and I don't know how that would work on a console.
Actually, no, there's no special key bindings. The keys are mapped to certain buttons for a controller. They actually, if you look in the help menu or whatever, it tells you what buttons go where.
Even for custom games that run scripts that call for special functions that
You
would
could
probably be controlled by something other than the standard buttons.
Well, that's their fault, and that's what keyboard.
Well, that's your fault. I like that.
You could connect a keyboard to the PS3, 4, whatever, and you could play off that. I mean, you can have that kind of connectivity.
Right.
And hey, speaking about that, well, not that, but somebody also mentioned, and I think a lot of people have mentioned, a side-scrolling ATB, which is what we wanted from the very beginning.
Well, we already have that if we lived in Japan.
A side view
I got it on
ATB.
PlayStation 1.
Yep.
Honestly,
Oh,
FAT
wow.
FATB. I don't like active time battle. I don't like sitting there waiting for a bar to fill up. I either want to do a turn-based where there's none of that crap, or an action-based where everything's real time, everything's coming at you at once. I don't like ATB.
A lot of we have the option to speed up the process. Like, in like pretty much all Final Fantasies and Chrono Trigger and a lot of other games like that, you can go to the config options and take the battle speed and crank it up.
Well,
super
yeah,
fast.
you can, but then you have people that bitch and moan about that.
Well, then-
If you turn up the speed,
Beep, beep.
like I have no time to strategize.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Okay, for the record, RPG
Hi, for the record.
for RPG Sakura 4's battle system, it used the ATB gauge, and it was fast, it was slick, it was the fastest usage of an ATB gauge I've ever seen. It was the best, one of the best battle systems I've seen in any RPG, not just RPG Maker. If the battle system was like that, I would be very happy, and I'm sure Fox would be happy with it too. I don't know if you've seen that
I
battle
made that
system, but
request
it is
too.
awesome.
I have a question
is.
about.
It
I have a
is.
question about ATB though. Isn't
Yeah.
that like a copyright or a patent of Square Enix or Square?
At
No.
this point, I don't think so.
I haven't seen any other RPG use it except them. Maybe it's because my range of RPGs is limited because I don't get a lot of games, but I haven't seen any other developer use an ATB.
Are you sure?
Well,
I've seen a ton of PC Maker
RPG Sakura
games.
4.
I'm just
Well,
messing.
I mean,
RPG Maker 3.
Yeah.
Yep, and RPG Maker 3. And,
And
RPG Maker 2003,
very
which we never
crappily.
got.
Oh, it's so bad.
well, it's not like RPG Maker 3 is a threat to Square anyway. They probably,
I don't
probably
know.
just-
Those
they're
are
probably like-
resources.
oh, come on. I bet they're like, you know what? Even though Final Fantasy VII looks like crap with the Popeye arms, it still works a lot better than RPG Maker 3.
Yeah.
Look at those guys holding their butt cheeks tight together.
And girls, come on, equal rights here.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is PC Cast. I'm sorry.
PC cast.
Active time, but like it. I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Now that I think about any games that use ATB
I
besides.
am certain they're there. I'm just
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't think of it right now.
I'm racking my brain right now.
Yeah, well, okay, and there's one thing that just made me fall over stupid in my chair, even though I'm already stupid. Yes, I know that was coming, but I read a thing about one of the Final Fantasy 13s. I can't remember which one it was, but it said it was going to be an action battle system with ATB. I'm like, that defeats the whole entire freaking purpose of ATB. Like, why do I want to wait between my actions to do something? Like, the purpose of an action battle system was to have, like, action battles, not action weight battles.
What about Star Ocean? Do they have ATB?
No.
No, Star Ocean was completely action battle. It's like the Tales games are now.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
I love the action-based battle systems
All the
because
Penny Arcade games are active time battle.
well, it's Penny Arcade.
Black Sigil for the
Sigil.
That's what I said. Shut up.
You said Black Sigil.
All I know is I don't want the Dragon Warrior battle system again.
It is so old and it's so stale and
And yet they keep using it in the PC RPG makers.
Okage.
oh, don't even get the admin of that community started. He's like, it's so people can mod.
Alright.
That's
Okay,
what that's the excuse.
Okay, so
No, hold on a sec. So people can mod.
Right.
Yet
so they can
what's
make
going
their
on
own.
is they're modding it so it's a side view battle system
they
with
always,
ATB.
That's what everybody wants, and someone shouldn't have to go and figure out scripts just to get that. It's supposed to be accessible. So dumb.
this is what I want from RPG Maker tentatively for, or actually, no, let's just call it RPG Maker 6.
All
Read
right.
up on history.
RPG Maker 6.
But this is what I want from it. I want it to be almost just what RPG Maker VX Ace is, without the scripts, but I want it to be in 3D, and not crappy looking like RPG Maker 3. That's just gross. Like, I have crap turds that look better.
It wouldn't be so bad if they actually had graphics that matched the portrait.
Well, yeah, that is a big problem with 3, and what I want is maybe a little bit of downloadability, like you can download like certain packs or something like that for a little more customization on your characters to get matching stuff.
In this generation and on forward with console gaming, that would be a much more possible thing. Back when our PS2 was the key, and that was the modern console. you wouldn't have that option. That was never an option. Yes, the PS2 had a NIC in it, but the connectivity to it was very rarely ever used.
Right.
So we are in a generation now that, yes, if there was a new console maker, they could make that easily available. I mean, like, let's just imagine it was on, Xbox or whatever. You could just as easily go to the entry on XBLA for that game and check for digital downloading. You could buy themes for Xbox Live, pictures for your account, maybe portraits for the actual game. The options are freaking endless.
Well, that's what I want to see with the new RPG Maker if it comes out. Like, have a base thing, but be more versatile like the PC makers. Just try and stay away from the coding. Make it a little more simple. Like, you don't have to use script. You don't have to use scripts in the PC makers. You don't have to. But it's there, and it becomes enticing for a bunch of morons to just grab a bunch of random scripts and they don't know if they're compatible, or it's just like, I want to make my game look better.
Well, they
becomes
oftentimes skim the work, but the end result's just like, ugh.
It's disgusting. It's like somebody puked acid all over their face, and their face melted off onto the floor.
But I need 5,000 save slots.
I need to have over 1 million items of one thing. I need 1 million potions.
Well, speaking about design, I think one thing that the next console maker could really, really have over anything even on PC is if they put it on Wii U with the big pad. The
tablet interactivity, that would just completely blow everything else out.
Yeah, it would, because design would be so much easier. Just using your pen to write stuff on it, and just selecting would be so much easier.
Listen to this, though. This is something that could make this so much better than all the other RPG makers. Mini-game type stuff that can use the pad. Like, you can finally do something with the pad, or do something completely different that PC makers just can't anyway.
Yeah, and that's actually a really big point that I made whenever I posted my ideas, that the pad would be a big deal, because by making a new RPG Maker on the consoles, you'd be competing more or less with the PC RPG makers. The people who are used to the PC RPG makers will be like, okay, what would be the point of getting the console one, especially if it's not as powerful? And the tablet usage on Wii U would be a big draw for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, aside from the creation process, like in your finished product, the actual game that you're making, like, make all your menu interaction on the pad and never cut away from the actual game, on the TV, or maybe in battle, if you want to select all the action happens on screen, but all the input happens on the pad. That might be a little too much,
Yeah, or having gauges down there for something else.
And again, if it was on the Wii U, you could there should be a function where you could upload your game to Uverse and just put it out in the community through Uverse.
Yeah, that could be a good idea.
I think it would be awesome to create a mini game that actually makes use of the bottom screen or something like that. Or
yeah, that too. Absolutely, wonderful ideas, all of them.
I just hope they're not, just shooting around. I'm really hoping this actually comes to fruition, because it could be really cool.
Now, regarding graphics, it's what sort of graphics do you want? Do you want realistic graphics? Do you want cartoony graphics? Do you want somewhere in between?
I got it.
Stylized.
This would be the absolute best ever. So, as far as your characters go that you create, right? 2D sprites, right? So you can, and that would make an editor really easy to use, since it would be whatever you can draw, then you can make that a sprite. So you don't have to have the limitations of RPG Maker 2 or 3, where you have to form fit colors and textures to a form-fitting model that already exists, or just say you can actually in RPG Maker 1 with RPGCC, you can create anything you want, anything. It doesn't have to be a person if you don't want to. It can be things you want to stick on a wall as a flickering TV or a dancing phone, or Dre a blinking X button that says press start.
Yeah.
And think only Dre's going to get that. But so if you keep 2D sprites, you have a lot more customizability. You can customize a lot better if you have 2D sprites versus 3D models that you can't actually change. You can just like customize the textures and colors. But let you have 3D environments, right? Let you have the tools to create 3D environments to be like a la RPG Maker 2, or even like maybe a more
Dragon Quest 7 or something like that.
So what you would end up with is something that looks more akin to, say, Xenogears or something. They use 2D sprites but have 3D environments, and they look amazing. And the entire field, the collective game with the 3D environments and 2D sprites just mesh so well. And I think that as far as us as creators, as people are using these tools, that would be the absolute best thing that we could do.
One thing I think would be cool is, okay, you know how RPG Maker 3 uses like a 2D map creator, but then it turns into 3D afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that.
I think you do that with a character creator. I think, like, you know how do like cell shaded type of graphics. Like, you draw a 2D character, you draw them from 4 sides, and then the game, like, the maker itself then takes what you drew in there and creates it into a 3D model, like a cell shaded model. So it maintains a cartoony type of look, but
I'm immediately reminded of Magic Pen Gel.
Yeah, I am too. I love that game.
Garbage. Like, nothing that came out of Magic Pingle or whatever ever looked good at all. I couldn't.
Come on, Picasso. Step it up. Step up.
I just can't see drawing 2D in order to create 3D ever working properly, because in RPG Maker 3, it sucks. It's like so much trial and error. You're trying to raise the field from a 2D perspective, and you can't tell how high or how low the field is. You can't tell if the slope is smooth until you go in and test it. And it's like, oh, this is wrong. So you have to go back into the 2D editor to try again, and then look at it again, and it's like, I hated that editor.
You know what they should just do? Like freaking Minecraft, right? Just give you a bunch of blocks that you can texture however you want.
Oh yeah, Breath of Fire 3 really looks that way. It's like sprites that are blocks, basically, for maps.
But I would also include like slopes as well, instead of Minecraft just sheer cubes. But it includes slopes, angles, like triangles and whatever.
Yeah, shapes, circles, triangles, squares.
Dude, just go full out Minecraft graphics on this crap, man.
Well, I mean, I don't actually mean actual like Minecraft as far as that goes.
No, I want those graphics.
Shut your mouth. No, it's okay.
If you texturize the building blocks, then you could actually just maybe make your own tile sets and, be able to use them in an interactive 3D environment.
Yeah.
I think what RPG Maker 2 did with maps was fine. So you could have like what we were saying with what Breath of Fire 2 did, you had with the flat ground and angled slopes here and there, or you could like create a full detailed 3D field in real time. The thing with the map editors that made it not as good and not that fun in RPG Maker 2 was you had to memorize all these button combinations. Like, you had to hold triangle and rotate the control stick this way in order to do one thing and that sort of thing. I don't want that. Give us menus to work with.
What are menus?
But otherwise, RPG Maker 2's map creation stuff was fine. Well, aside from the whole, you can only place 512 blocks on this one map thing.
Yeah. Well, just basically don't make RPG Maker 3. Don't do that.
Pretty much that. But, aside from, the aesthetic designs there and the ability to upload your game through an inbuilt, kind of community system, I really don't care what else they do. Don't make it to where you can't control the hit and miss rate.
Oh yeah.
What they should do is add fabric physics into the game.
Right, with the PS4 and everything.
Grass and step physics. Look at the grass blades as they bend underneath my feet.
Yeah, but your game's boring as heck. It's not fun. But look at it. It looks amazing. But I'm not having fun. But it looks so good.
You can
Yeah,
see
man.
you can see the pores on that woman's chest.
That's hot. Woo-wee.
It's more like porn. Am I right?
Right?
The
Right.
porns.
The porns. Okay. I think we have officially kind of just run our course on our lovely RPG Maker topic. Any final thoughts?
Anybody else has anything they think they want to like add?
Yeah.
What I want to add is next time, look forward to EA Talk.
Well, just
Please.
one more thing. Make the interface user intuitive. Don't do like RPG Maker 2 where it's like you're trying to work a spreadsheet program or anything like that. If it's like RPG Maker 3, that would be fine. RPG Maker 3's interface was pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
RPG Maker 3 was super limited. Don't do that either. But make it, if we're going to have a console RPG Maker, make the interface like a console RPG Maker. Don't make it look like a PC RPG Maker. It's not a PC game, it's a console game.
And, keyboard recorder support is required, of course.
Right.
How dare you say
Touchpad
don't
or
make it
otherwise.
And look, it's 2013. You say we can't get any mouse support too?
What?
Like, I'm just saying, like, either like a tablet would be useful or a mouse.
Well, if it's on the Wii U, then you got a tablet.
Wii U, come on.
Go 3DS! Or Wii U.
Don't go PS4.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
go
probably gonna
Xbox
suck.
Amazing.
Screw both of those consoles.
Finish the game and put it up on Uverse, and then connect and download your game on your 3DS and be able
Right.
to
You mean Miiverse?
Yeah, Miiverse, whatever.
Oh.
Uverse is an AT&T thing. I think they're going to hit us with a copyright
I've
claim.
been saying that this entire time. You guys are just going to let me say it.
That was the first time I heard you say Uverse.
I've been saying that more than once.
Oh.
No, he said it earlier.
What
Well,
about the guy?
Also, one other thing, I didn't get a chance to mention this, but the whole deal with uploading games to a special site and the whole deal with would it affect our forums, Agetec already has rpgmaker.agetec.com, which hasn't been updated since RPG Maker 3 came out, but it exists, so they could revive that in some way. It links to both the Pavilion and the Mag.
Yeah, it does.
Does it still? I thought they pulled
It does.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, they pulled the mag link.
No,
Did they not? Good.
No, there's a link right there in the group chat. I just linked to the page.
Oh man, we're still official.
Not.
no.
Yeah, we are.
I was hoping to talk about the RPG makers that we can't speak of.
What, like
Nope.
what? RPG Maker 2000, RPG Maker 2003?
I can't tell you that because I get banned.
Anyways, guys, we better get out of here.
Yeah.
I hope y'all have a good week. Thank you for listening.
I hope
Yeah.
you have a lovely week too.
I need to make a
Thank
plug.
you.
I need to make a plug really quick.
Okay.
August 6th, Tales of Xillia coming out on PS3. Get it or die.
I choose death.
How dare you?
Later, guys.
Bye.
Laters.
I'll totally get it, though.